Hello Rwanda people, how are you doing today? Nice to see you all came back. Hey, welcome back. So, this video is long overdue. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time now, but I just never came around to it. Today I thought I'd just grab a camera and make it happen, before I procrastinate even longer. In this video, I would like to share with you the 8 things that I've learned while I was in Rwanda. These are just the top things that I can still remember right now at this moment of the recording. And if you have some other questions about Rwanda that I do not mention in this video, let me know in the comment section below or on one of my social medias outlets here. Alright, without further ado, here we go. Number 1. The Kigali nightlife is quite lit, I must say. I'm not the type to go out every weekend, but in Rwanda, well, I did go out quite a few times. As many of you have seen in my last video that I posted while I was in Rwanda, the party scene is quite vibrant. At least I like it very much. The music is always good. Beautiful people, beautiful girls. Yeah, the prices in the bar are not too expensive, and the entrance usually is on an minimum. My favorite club was mostly People's and Chillax. Those are the 2 places where I went most of the time. And also, what I really like about it is usually at every club you could always order like a brochette. Yeah, a good meat is good to help against the to give you some extra boost and to get the nights going. Number 2. When you are in Rwanda and you have an appointment with someone, make sure that you are comfortable while waiting. Everybody in Rwanda really comes late, and you have to get used to it. Even at my work, while I was working, like the top officials, usually when there's like a meeting, they would easily come like 1 hour or 2 hours later, and everybody would just sit and wait. If you're waiting for someone, if you have an appointment, make sure that you have relax, you are sitting somewhere like you're enjoying, and take your time. And the rule in Rwanda is actually everybody can come late, but you're not allowed to come late. Keep that in your mind if you're there, if you're maybe like working or doing like an internship like I was. So maybe you are a top official yourself, and then you can come late. I think that's how it works. For me, I had to get used to it. It is not something that I like, but I myself found that I'm not always on time. But in Rwanda, it's like a whole other next level. So if someone tells you, I'll be there in like 15 minutes, always double it. If they say I'm around the corner, it's usually like, yeah, now they are getting into the car. It is how it is. Just remember, everybody comes late, but you are not allowed to come late. Get used to it. At least I did. I just sit back and relax and enjoy my coffee or my scenery wherever I am, and it works. Number 3. I love Kigali. Kigali is where I spend most of my time. The city is always hot somehow, and busy, vibrant. There are many things always going on that surprise me. Especially if you come from if you're used to a Western country where things are like neat and organized and everything. Kigali is kind of the opposite. It is busy, people are running around, cars honking everywhere, motorcycles. It's quite an experience, I must say. But I would recommend you to also, if you are in Rwanda, to go outside of Kigali, because the Kigali landscape is only about 20% of the country. The rest of the country is rural. Go to the rural areas where you have no paved roads, where there's less noise, when you have magnificent scenery, hills on top of hills on top of hills. Yeah, you can also see some farmers, visit see where they make ibitoki, and if you have some family there, go visit them and enjoy the rural lifestyle, I must say, because yeah, this is like still the large majority of Rwanda is rural, and if you just limit yourself to Kigali, you will not really have seen Rwanda to its full potential. So definitely I recommend go to the rural areas. Number four is about the service in Rwanda. It's really wack, and I'm talking about the service in restaurants mostly. It's not a diss or whatever. It's a how do you call it? Constructive feedback. It's constructive feedback. In almost any restaurant you go, when you order like a normal meal, usually it's like a brochette and some potato and salad. I don't know why, but the service there is always late, and you do not get a lot of customer attention. Sorry, it is true. If you have like a restaurant, you are doing business in Rwanda, I would say please improve on that. You get many more customers, because everyone who has been there knows if you go to a restaurant hungry, you're just gonna be frustrated. The bad stuff is that when you ask how long it's going to take, yeah, about 15 to 20 minutes, and after 30 minutes you come to them like, what happened to the plate? It's coming, it's almost ready. And usually the plate arrives about 40 minutes or to an hour after you've ordered. By that time you're so hungry that you're afraid to go to the next restaurant because it's going to take that long as well, so you just stay put. Anyway, so service in restaurant in Rwanda, yeah, people who work in there, improve that please. If you're going to order a meal or whatever in Rwanda, have some patience, sit down, or just don't go there when you're too hungry, because you will have to wait for quite some time. Alright, number 5. The 5th thing that I've learned about Rwanda is Rwanda and rain. Yeah, the funny thing about rain in Rwanda is that when it rains, life stops. If it rains in the morning, and you can easily just stay in bed and wait until the rain is finished and then go to your work. That can be like 3 to 4 hours later, but still it's perfectly normal. It's well known that when it is raining, you don't do shit. You just stay put and wait till the rain is over. Well, that is unheard of in this country that I live in, and that you can just come late because it was raining. In Rwanda, it's perfectly normal. And when it rains, yeah, it pours. I must say, it's not the rain that you can just go through with an umbrella. And yeah, the roads are not always paved, so you have like ibyondo everywhere. It is quite funny that whenever it starts raining, people just stop whatever they're doing and go to the side and wait until it's finished.
But it's starting to kind of rain a little bit, so people are getting worried, because when it starts to really rain, yeah, things stop. So this is nothing.
And yeah, it's like a good break somehow. I think, whatever you're doing, you're forced to take a break and just yeah, relax. Number 6. Yeah, number 6. Number 6 is quite difficult. Number 6 is about April in Rwanda. This is quite a tough subject, but it is also the thing that I've learned the most about in Rwanda. Yeah, April in Rwanda is quite a sad month. It is the month where people commemorate the genocide that happened in 1994, and it started in April. While I was there, I did make a video about it, but as you can see here, but I didn't put any commentary around it, because yeah, I was kind of experiencing everything for the first time myself. I went there with my camera, and people assumed that I was a journalist or somehow, so I was able to get up and close and take pictures and videos of the whole event. But now, yeah, many months later, I've gotten to know, I've read about it and talked to people about it. It is it's a very interesting subject and a very interesting month to be in Rwanda. But this subject alone deserves a whole video on its own, because it is quite lengthy and deep. So yeah, like or comment down below if you'd like me to do a video about it. But for now, I'll just tell you like the highlights of what I've learned about it when I was there. During this commemoration week, what you call Ikunamo, everything like flips in Rwanda. There's like no entertainment on TV. Most of the restaurants, I think like 90%, they are closed. Clubs are closed. So work is also like until midday, and after work they are like ibiganiro. They are like meetings where people are being taught about what happened, and people can talk about it, so it is like a month of mourn really in all of Rwanda. And for me, it was really strange and to be witnessing that for the first time in my life, because I, as a Rwandan, I know about this, and it's also one of the reasons that I fled with my family from Rwanda. But I found it very strange and also embarrassing for myself that I never really thought about it this week, or never commemorated here in this place where I live. So that's why I got so interested about it and wanted to learn more about everything while I was there. So in this week also on TV there are only songs about the genocide. So there are many sad songs. There are a lot of documentaries, there are a lot of videos about what happened, and really in Rwanda people don't hold back, so they are quite graphic sometimes. Yeah, people in Rwanda are very, very open about it. They show you everything. They don't really hold back about it, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I don't know it depends on how you see it. I'm glad I was there this time, because it has made me kind of grow and learn this part of Rwanda that I did not know myself, and also to kind of empathize with people who live there all their lives, who have been through this many years, every year, and still continue on with their life. So I do feel that people who live there they are really strong. You have to be strong to be able to go through this, and despite all of this, and still persevere. I was also impressed by the youth of Rwanda, because that's to me what I was mostly interested about. By the time when the genocide happened, I myself was a child, so I do not know much about it. I did not understand the concept until many years later, until when I grew up myself. So it was really interesting to see the people who were like, let's say, under 22, who were born after the genocide, and seeing how they are dealing with it and how they are coping with it. There was this commemoration that was organized for the youth. It's called Our Future. I really liked being there, because it was really with only youngsters, and they were commemorating with poetry, with theater.
I am sorry. I could not help you, my child. I had vowed the day you were born that I would fight to protect you till my very last breath. And then his two other friends raped me, and they left me for dead. I was helpless. I thought I was coming to join you, but I survived.
When I speak at least to the youth, they seem to know this subject, but it is not on their mind 24/7. They do not like to talk about it all the time, because I think they grew up with it, and at school they are taught, and everywhere. So that's how I feel myself. I think this subject is very, very important, but I'm mostly interested in about the future and how I can continue and better my life, and that is also what I saw in the youth there while I was there. The commemoration part, the one that I filmed, that was only like part 1. There was another part 2 that happened a few days later. And also there was this poem. I don't know who wrote it, but I'm glad I recorded it. So yeah, I will just show you some pictures that I took of the part 2 of the commemoration and the poem, and yeah, and leave it at that.
Dreams shattered, faith covered, souls lost in the arms of their neighbors. Nothing. From a dreamland to a battlefield. Nonetheless, we're courageous. Not because of the absence of fear, but because we move on in spite of our fear. We remember with courage to carry on, and confidence to move on. We bent our heads, we blinded our eyes to the future. Looking back, we hardly believed the past would ever be corrected. But we carry on with hope in a better tomorrow to overcome the sorrow. We carry on because before is the resilience we crave. We remember with courage to carry on and confidence to move on. We unite with love to conquer lover. We renew with pride and virtue for our nation. Now, we victoriously look back at the solemn achievements as we came from scars to stars, because we moved on. Not because of the absence of fear, but because of our courage and confidence in spite of our fear.
So I must say, this is Rwanda today. It is still a country. A friend of mine called it. It is like a startup country. It is getting there step by step, but it still has like a long way to go. But I'm in love with Rwanda the way it is now, because it is on its way to progression, and it's going slowly but surely. Number 7, Rwanda is safe. Now there are two ways of evaluating if something is safe, in my opinion. One is whether it is objectively safe. 2 is whether you feel safe subjectively. I must say, for me, while I was there, I was feeling quite safe. Okay, we just dropped off our bags. Now we're going to the city tower, the Kigali city tower. When you were just walking on the street on your regular stuff, there are a lot of military men or police. I won't call it police, but they look like military men who are like standing guard almost everywhere. At least in Kigali, there are a lot. At first, it was kind of strange to witness, to see such a soldier sitting on the street with his gun. But on the other hand, it did kind of give me like a safe feeling, because I was like, if something will happen, at least I know there's someone there who I can go to, who can help me. And also, fast forward a few weeks ago, I went to France, and also they had also military soldiers walking around. So I thought, in the end, I found that maybe it's not that strange after all. In many buildings, when you have to enter, you go through like a security check, that looks like one you can find on the airport. I don't know about how tight it is or how secure it is, but it does give a sense of security to many people, I guess. Sometimes it's kind of overboard, like going to a library, they check everything. When you go to a restaurant or something, they might also check everything. Or even to a swimming pool, they come and check under your car. And yeah, so it's a good thing, I guess. But I don't know how efficient it is. But in a way, it works, so yeah, I won't complain about that. So the second part is whether you're objectively safe. Well, that also is for me. It's hard to evaluate, I guess, because I can only tell you my experience, and my experience that I went there, nothing happened to me, and I came back. Yeah. What else do I want to say about safe? And another way that you can, I guess, maybe evaluate safety there is that, like from the conversation that I got from the local people there, they also find Rwanda safe at this moment. Especially the grown-ups who grew up after the war and witnessed everything, they'll be telling you stories like, people think that Rwanda is not safe, whereas it's its safest right now. Rwanda used to be unsafe like right after the war. That's when people, like, strange things would happen, like somebody would just come and get shot at his place, because of some kind of revenge, or some soldier in the street would just go ham on some kind of his enemy when they would see him, or some people would disappear. So those are the stories that I was told there, that those are the things that used to happen, right after the war. But now none of that is happening. People are feeling much safer there. So yeah, I would say kudos. And also they told me that it is safe because even now they see like white women walking around alone in the streets at 11 o'clock in the evening, whilst that was unthinkable like 10 or 15 years ago in Rwanda. So yeah, Rwanda is safe for me, I think. Number 8. Rwanda is poor and rich country at the same time. It is rich in its opportunities and its possibilities, but it is also poor on its economical side, to be honest. It is called still a developing country because it is aid dependent. But at the same time, I would say Rwanda, because it is a developing country, it has like 1,000 possibilities. I've met with several entrepreneurs there, young entrepreneurs mostly, who are starting up business there from scratch, and there are many opportunities to take advantage of. And also one of the good things of doing business in a developing country is that most of the tactics of the work are quite known. If you just look at what's working well in America, for instance, you get like a good idea what you can bring to Rwanda, even though it's not like one-on-one that you cannot. What's working there, you cannot put it there and it works right away, but you get the idea, you get like an inspiration. And here there are some things like humans that we just love, like entertainment, for instance. Yeah, if you can implement that in Rwanda in like a Rwandan way, it will be like a success. There are still so many possibilities there that everybody who has like an entrepreneurial mind, when you go there, you go crazy of all the things that it is still possible. Like for instance, like a restaurant with good service, I would really recommend that one. Customer care, yeah. Those were my 8 things that I've learned in Rwanda. I would like to know if there's something else that you have learned or that you know about Rwanda that I've not mentioned. Please mention them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching so far after this long ass video. I hopefully see you next time in the next video. Subscribe right here in my hand. That would be perfect. Or watch all videos that I've made from Rwanda right here in my other hand. Alright, see you next time. Ciao.